Hello, I'm Adam Varenhorst, the Extension Entomologist with South Dakota State University. And today I'm going to be talking a little bit about some of the insect pests we're currently seeing in corn and soybean in the area. For soybean, one of the things we are seeing right now are actually red-headed flea beetles. And they get their names because their hind legs are modified that allow them to actually leap as they move around. So that it looks like they might be flying, but they're actually jumping. The reason we worry about these is they're defoliators, and as we can see in some of these leaves, there's lots of little holes, and that's one of our clues, even if we don't see the red-headed flea beetles, that's what's causing the problems. Many of our other insect pests will cause larger holes or many holes of a similar size. Other pests that might be causing defoliation this time of year include bean leaf beetles, grasshoppers, and several species of caterpillars. What we worry about in soybean, especially with all of these different defoliators, is the cumulative effect. So the more defoliation we have from different species, the more we need to start monitoring. At this point in our soybean season, as most plants are flowering, we're actually looking for 20% defoliation on average throughout the field. It gets a little tricky to try to calculate defoliation on a soybean plant though, as we can see there are many leaves. And when we say 20% defoliation on average, we need to look at a plant and down at all of the leaves to determine exactly how much defoliation is on a plant. To give you an idea of what maximum defoliation on a plant like a soybean would be, assuming an insect pest caused it, we'd be looking at maybe 50% defoliation. As even though we might lose all of our leaf tissue, we do still have the veins, and those do count as a percentage of the foliage. Some other insect pests we're seeing in many parts of South Dakota include grasshoppers. One of the things we really need to watch for with grasshoppers is that as the grass around fields begins to dry out, or perhaps grass is removed or other crops are removed, those grasshoppers are going to need to find other food sources. And you can imagine a nice green field is going to be a #1 target. So continue monitoring your fields for grasshoppers as well as other defoliators. In corn right now, it's very important to monitor for defoliators as some of them will feed on the silks. If you see silk feeding, look at how close the silks are being fed to within the edge of the ear tip, and then determine if you need to maybe spray. All of our thresholds for defoliation as well as corn pests, soybean pests, and anything else can be found on our extension.sdstate.edu webpage. Thank you.